In an extraordinary interview tonight, Prince Harry has spoken candidly about the breakdown of his relationship with his father and other members of the royal family.
It started with whispers. Then a storm of speculation erupted across the internet. Prince Harry, once again at the center of a shocking, heartbreaking narrative. But this time, the headlines aren't about scandal or royal disagreements. This time, it's a life or death situation. And the palace is scrambling to control what could become a catastrophic revelation. Insiders close to the Sussex household in Montecito have revealed chilling details. Prince Harry was reportedly found unresponsive in his California residence, alone, vulnerable, and in critical condition. But the incident isn't being brushed off as a simple health scare. What's being whispered behind closed doors suggests something far darker, something tied to a long history of silent suffering and substance struggles. And where was Meghan Markle? Not by his side. According to multiple sources, she was seen at a private, members-only Hollywood club the same night, laughing and socializing as if nothing had happened. Coincidence or something far more deliberate? The man who reportedly discovered Harry in this terrifying state was none other than David Langdown, a seasoned former Scotland Yard officer and Harry's personal protector since the early 2000s. Langdown isn't just another bodyguard. He's one of the few people in Harry's life who has stayed loyal without seeking attention or reward. This time, his vigilance may have saved the prince's life. Let's be honest. Harry's complicated relationship with drugs isn't a secret. It's been an undercurrent in his story for decades. But what's different now is the gravity. We're not talking about the occasional headline about youthful indiscretions. We're talking about emergency medical intervention, hours in recovery, and whispers of a complete collapse behind the scenes. And the silence from the palace? Deafening. Instead of facing this storm together, Meghan's actions have raised eyebrows. Eyewitnesses say she didn't hesitate to leave the house that night. Some even claim it was intentional, to create an alibi, a distraction, a way to separate herself from what was unfolding behind their gilded gates. That's not speculation. It's being reported by multiple sources. But this is more than a medical emergency. It's a window into a slow-burning crisis. Because if what insiders are saying holds weight, Harry has been spiraling for years and no one close to him has truly stepped in to stop it. Not the palace, not the press, not even his wife. We've heard these stories before. A teenage prince experimenting with marijuana, a young royal in elite circles spiraling into harder substances, surrounded by enablers. But we rarely ask the real question. Why was this allowed to go on for so long? Rewind to the early 2000s. Instead of confronting Harry's growing recklessness, Prince Charles reportedly built a nightclub inside the family estate to keep the chaos contained. Yes, a literal private club, as if changing the location could solve the deeper issue. Meanwhile, shocking rumors resurfaced, like the one about Harry reportedly snorting vodka. Not drinking, snorting. A method so dangerous it can kill almost instantly. And yet these alarming accounts vanished from the press as quickly as they appeared. Why? Protection, influence, power. And Meghan? Her name keeps surfacing, not just as a bystander, but possibly as an active player in this dark narrative. Some insiders allege she's been fully aware of Harry's dependency and even used it to maintain control over him. That's a chilling theory, but one being repeated with increasing frequency. And it doesn't stop with Meghan. Her mother, Doria Ragland, is also being mentioned. There are claims, unconfirmed but persistent, that Doria has long-standing ties to circles within California's underworld. Could she have played a part in facilitating access to the substances behind Harry's decline? No proof. But the fact that royal insiders are now openly asking these questions tells us just how serious this has become. Behind the scenes, lawyers are said to be preparing, not for a divorce, but for a public relations explosion. Because if Harry doesn't recover, if he chooses to speak out about what's been happening behind palace doors, the entire royal image could be shattered beyond repair. For the first time, Meghan is being viewed not as a misunderstood outsider, but as a potential liability. Her past, her connections, her influence over Harry, none of it is being dismissed anymore. Senior palace officials are quietly re-examining everything from the last 5 years. What role did she play? Did she isolate Harry from his family? Did she build an ecosystem of dependence, emotional and chemical, to maintain control? One word is being used over and over by those closest to the situation: alibi. Meghan didn't flee in fear. She left to be seen, to have proof that she was elsewhere, a move that's now raising red flags inside royal circles. But let's not lose sight of the human cost. Behind all the headlines and speculation is a man, deeply hurt, emotionally fractured, and seemingly abandoned by those who should have protected him. Harry isn't just a rebellious royal anymore. He's a symbol of what happens when fame, trauma, and unchecked freedom collide. His life has been packaged as entertainment, a docu-series, a memoir, a palace exile saga. But beneath it all is pain, the kind that doesn't just go away, the kind that festers when ignored, the kind that, if left untreated, leads to the very scene we're now witnessing. There's one final detail that cuts deeper than any headline. King Charles was notified personally the moment Harry was hospitalized. There was no statement, no photo op, just phones ringing throughout the night in Buckingham Palace. A quiet panic, a desperate effort to contain a disaster that's been years in the making. So the question now is, can this be stopped? Or have we already crossed a line no one can walk back from? One thing is clear, this is no longer about bad press or scandal. It's about survival, and the world is watching.